has marriage or developing that level of intimacy like changed your music, or has it at all?
Yeah, I mean, that's a big step. I mean, it definitely changes everything. So like, I don't know, your perspective changes a good bit, and your priorities change. I feel like, if anything, it just makes you more deliberate about your actions. Just like, you know what you're working towards. But it's nice too, cause like our whole crew is like, you know, we're all in relationships and stuff. So it's like, when we're on tour, we just work. Like, we're not trying to party or anything. I think the live band sort of really played a big part in the making of What For. Just cause I was really, you know, going for a band sound as opposed to like electronic sort of, you know, solo sound.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when you first showed me like the completed version, like I heard it like in States, but when like the whole thing was done, it was just like, yeah, that's gonna be really fun to play.
Yeah.
Who was the director at Empty Nesters?
Oh, that was pretty much like me and everybody.
Okay, so that was like
Brendan.
Yeah. Yeah, we just sort of just like, oh, let's just do this shot of like whatever, and like Patrick took the camera for a second, and then I would take the camera, and then Brendan would take the camera. Just going back and forth, just bouncing off ideas. Just trying to make something pretty simple. And like, I don't know, my whole idea behind it was that it's on Super 8, so it's gonna look somewhat cool. So we're always working, getting each other to play on each other's stuff. Like, I don't know, I'll play on his records.
How did the Rocket Man thing come about? Where did you guys record that?
Anthony and I recorded that at my place, my studio. Anthony, he's always like covering Elton John and stuff. So, always.
Yeah. Why is it Elton John?
That's just what he was raised on. Like, we've always talked about how like I was raised on the Beatles and, you know, like David Bowie, and then he was raised more on like Elton John and Billy Joel, like more like piano-based singer-songwriter stuff.
Yeah.
So I think that it's cool to sort of blend those two worlds.
Did Tony tell you what happened to him last night?
Mm-mm.
I'm kind of putting him on blast, but
Was it weird?
Yeah. He was playing and a girl held up her phone and she had written out a note and it said, "I want you to piss on me."
That's pretty weird.
Take that as a compliment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
While he was playing. Like he was sitting there like.
Okay.
Yeah. People get weird.
Have you all thought about or had any conversations about making a film or a short film or something longer than like a music video?
Yeah, we always talk about stuff, and every now and then it gets executed, like photo books and stuff like that. Usually it's just like a bunch of elaborate inside jokes that just go on forever.
One day we're gonna produce a film.
One day.
Yeah. What kind of film are you thinking?
Can't get away.
Yeah, I'm thinking something, you know. Yeah, that'll be good.
Hey, what's up, Columbia, Missouri?
What's up?
What's up?
Hey, what's up, dude? This is Yaki.
Yeah, what's up? How are you? Just wanted to say hello, Columbia, Missouri. It's really great being here.
I'm from Bakersfield, California.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's our social media guru, Yaki. He runs all the social media for us.
I think we've seen a few of you guys in that thing before on like in the whole getup.
Yeah, that was Yaki. He was in the Dada art video. Very rare.
Yeah, that was a rare appearance.
Very rare appearance.
Do you have any advice for like up and coming artists? Like the importance of like a social media presence? Like what would you say?
I think it's important to an extent, but I'm not like glued to it or anything. Yeah.
It's weird how more intense it is now, like opposed to like 3 years ago. But I guess there was like MySpace and stuff like that.
I think it's crazy how many like accounts certain bands or companies have. It's just like, why do you have all of those? Like,
Right.
I just choose to use like a couple, Twitter and Instagram.
Keep it simple.
Yeah.
Do you still tweet?
I don't even tweet anymore. Twitter just kind of doesn't do much for me. I just look at the replies and the tweets at me. That's all I do with Twitter now.
When you released Samantha in the manner that you released it, was that, because obviously the mixtape itself is very hip hop influenced.
Uh-huh.
Did how you released it, was that influenced by like other hip hop artists as well, like dropping mixtape?
Yeah, totally. I mean, that's the fun part about mixtape is just that it's random and it's free and it's kind of hard to find sometimes. I don't know. It's kind of like part of the mixtape culture. Yeah, that was the main intention though, to treat it sort of like a hip hop mixtape.
So you just like wanted to kind of participate in that mixtape culture
Yeah,
in a way.
in a
Is
way.
it
Yeah.
on Dat Piff?
I think it got put on Dat Piff. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, we talked about doing like trying to do some songs from the newer mixtape, and it just didn't work out.
Yeah.
Oh.
But instead, we just like did how rappers do, and they play their mixtape like
hell yeah.
before they go on.
Yeah, we just play the mixtape before we go on.
It's kind of tight though. Like I'm like, oh yeah, what's this song? Oh, it's one of your songs. But it's cool.
Collaborations between Rome Fortune and KCOU come about.
Rome, I've been a fan of this for a while now, and that was just an internet sort of connection. But we talk pretty often actually through email, and always just sending stuff back and forth. But then KCOU, he's a Bay Area dude, so I see him around town every once in a while. And we
I see
did,
that dude everywhere.
yeah, he's
everywhere.
yeah. So like, I don't know, whenever you see like another, peer or something, it's always like, let's just make some stuff as soon as we can. So yeah, we finally got to make some music together, and it turned out to be those tracks.
He's a graphic design guy, and I was like visual art, media art, and it didn't really feel like work. It was just like more creative stuff to do, And so in between like playing in bands and just like doing photography or screen printing, it just seemed like just kind of fun. I don't know. It's like when you make your work fun, it's cool and doesn't seem like a hassle.
Yeah, I always found it was kind of crazy how like the design stuff, it just sort of just fell in my lap because, I don't know, we were just doing music first, and then it was like, okay, well we need flyers, or we need album covers, or we need like shirts or something. And like we would just like make shirts and like print them at school and stuff, and it was just fun. It wasn't even, we weren't even thinking of it as like, things to sell or anything. It was just like, let's just go make something to promote the band. But yeah, it's fun to just stay busy creatively and just use different parts of your brain.
And I hold you so, just never leave again.